Hi, today I want to talk about habits and noticing whether they help us or they hinder us. And it is so easy to pick up habits, and we're not even aware of it.
Children are great by their very nature, and we have the privilege and responsibility of raising them. It can be challenging at times. Let's talk about it.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Armstrong. I'm a general and special education teacher. I homeschooled my own children for 5 years. And the things that I talk about are those things that I have studied, I've applied, and make a difference in my life, my children's, and my students. And I want to share that with you. Today, I am talking about habits. And it's really easy to pick up habits. And we can pick up long-term habits, and we can pick up short-term habits, or habits that we pick up pretty quickly. One example of this is when I was in school. So I was taking a special education class, and we were simulating trying to communicate as one of our students with a disability. And so to kind of pretend we had that disability, to give us at least a tiny feel of what that was like, they asked us to talk with our tongue pushed up against the roof of our mouth. So I just kind of stuck my tongue up behind my back teeth and left it there. And then I was sounding like this. So if you try that, you'll notice you sound that way. And then we did that for 15 minutes as part of this class. And it was so difficult to communicate, yes, but what was so weird to me was just randomly throughout the day, I've had myself going like that and having to come back. And so I think of some of our students who have speech patterns that they've been practicing for years. And it made me really consider how you can't just say, oh, you shouldn't do it. Being aware of it certainly helps you to begin to notice and then to change. But some things we do, even speech patterns, not all, but some, are habits that we've picked up. And so really, I want to look at my life. I ask you to consider in your life, what are some of the habits that you may have developed. This one was just because of a class. We may have developed a habit to help us in one situation and then found that we've kept it and held on to it without realizing it. Perhaps for a part of our lives, we were overwhelmed with an extra situation. And so we picked up some habits of how to talk to our children, kind of quick or short or rushed, because that was needed at that time. But then now that the situation has resolved or changed, maybe we're still being short and rushing. Just consider, there's so many possibilities of habits. And what are the habits that we've picked up that are beneficial? So really look at those too, because we want to strengthen those ones that are beneficial. Have we picked up the habit of pausing before saying something grumpy to our kids, right? Do we pause and say in our brains like how much we love them before we start getting after them about something? Because guess what? We'll get after them in a different way if we do, in a more kind and loving way, if that is a habit that we have created for ourselves. And then as we look at our children, when have they picked up habits? Maybe at the birth of a second child when someone else was watching them. Maybe when they were sick, they picked up some habits or some attitudes or some beliefs from when they were sick. And we can take a look at this for understanding, right? And for helping them to shift or change or learn from some of the habits they have now. And how can we tweak them to be beneficial habits? And those beneficial habits we have, how can we solidify them? When we comment, not in a way to make them self-conscious, but just in a casual way. How does that feel when you get your homework done on time? You know, how did that help you when you got to school on time, or when you got to bed on time? So when we not say, oh, this about you, but when we help them to consider or to think about it and how that was beneficial for them and how it helped them to feel, so it's more about them than us, that really can help our children to solidify beneficial habits and to see ones that they might want to tweak and that we can help them tweak. So remember, children are great by their very natures, and we have that privilege and that responsibility to raise them.
Hi friends, Cynthia Armstrong here. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can see when new videos come out, and like this one. It is such a responsibility and a challenge to raise great kids, and we are here to help you along that journey to make it as enjoyable and fun and fulfilling as possible. Please check out our website, www.raisinggreatkids.net, and I will leave that in the description below.